spicy, ready to get rolling. And you know, they mentioned Afro in this on one side. Yeah. He's got to be an absolute monster. He's got to wreak havoc in this matchup somehow, some way.
No, he does. And I mean, you know, Nasty has looked a lot better on land. I feel like every time we watch them, you know, Major 1, they got top 4. You know, Major 2, they probably wanted to be a little bit better. But listen, this team, they have what it takes to beat whoever, you know, whoever is in front of them. It's just going to take a lot from every single person. You talk about Afro, right, because the sub duo, but then the other side, what we just saw Dashy do against the Guerrillas just a little bit earlier today. The ARs of London have to be on point as well, but this is why this OpTic team is just so scary.
100%. We've casted both OpTic series so far this weekend. You know, we saw the bad in the loss to Mutineers. You saw them bounce back in the most recent series and what they can do against LAG. Getting a lot of eyes on them this weekend. Just kind of overall thoughts and feelings.
For what, OpTic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know what it is with Florida, but obviously that matchup just doesn't seem to go their way. I don't know, you know, if it's just Awakening in Skies, you know, the confidence that they have in that series. It feels like they make them play at a very panicked level. But you wanted to see a good bounce back against our Major 2 champions, and that's what we saw. They looked comfortable in every single game mode. And well, you know, we saw a lot of Tuscan. And we're going to see a lot of touching on the back half of that series, but starting with Yvutu, Bocage, Search and Destroy. We saw that Bocage earlier for London. You know, they were not getting a lot of the first bloods, but they still won that in a round 11 fashion.
Well, you saw the big stat really for London. I mean, they lost, what, like 11 or 12 hard points or whatever it was coming into this. You know, they were able to take 2 in the last series. Can they get off on the right foot here in game 1, or will Scump and OpTic be simply too strong? The crowd will be behind them. You know they're going to be roaring. We'll see if they can bring it, but yeah, Dashy, even though he had 0 kills in the Search and Destroy, so puts up a 1.6. In the map 1 we go, ladies and gentlemen. Toronto, let's have us some fun. Dancing on the map like Shotzzy, up Scump. Well, popcorn, nade. Take 2 out to kick this off.
Oh, he finds number 3. Zero does get behind enemy lines, though. Zero, they don't know where he is quite yet. He's just trying to find Prolute. Prolute able to dodge that. So Zero, you thought he was going to be able to make the play. Not able to do so, but buys time for Harry, Nasty, and Afro to all find kills. With Dashy, the last man standing. Behind 3 kills for Scump. They hit 17 points, but a nice bounce back here for London.
Oh yeah, 100%. You get back into the swing of things pretty quickly, considering that nice opening from OpTic. Now, what can Afro do? He has been an absolute terror with the MP40 in his hand. The timing, positionings, the instinct, it has all been on point for him. And he's going to need a monumental effort. But with 5 seconds left on the hard point, let's start to focus on both sides. Harry's POV, and he's taking off shins.
And you know, you play a map like Yvutu, a lot of autos. So kind of what we talked about, having Afro have to have an insane series, it kind of takes it out of that a little bit. Obviously, you want him to pop off within the MP40. It's just tough to do on this map, right? You can get caught in the blender with the positions of the auto, so you kind of look at everybody else. And this slows down maybe the pace of what OpTic is used to. I mean, they've been great on Yvutu all year long, but for London, maybe that's part of the strategy.
Well, let's see if they continue to hold. Prolute just trying to look for any crack in this armor, and he finds an opening. Shotzzy there as well. The push up top. Can't quite get the tracking on point and take down the kill, but it'll be Dashy into the hard point now as the contest will come in. Just trying to chip away at this early advantage from London Royal Ravens, and Afro, the slide cancel around the corner. A little funny out there as well, but Scump, the pistol, up to the task.
Yeah, and over on rotation, there's Nasty, and that's what he's been so good at. I mean, he's just always in the right position. It feels like he knows where he needs to be on the map. Well, he's gonna get set up here at P3. Is OpTic the furthest player forward? It's looking like Dashy working towards lower beach side. I don't know if he was spotted. You have Zero inside a ring, the rest of OpTic kind of working through the flank. It's a very slow push. It starts though. Harry's able to find one. Shotzzy with another one. But Zero inside a ring, just kind of lurking, looking over his teammates.
The nades though, able to hit. Shotzzy's able to take him out. Zero though, still ringside, like you said. Just trying to hold this key position on the map. He gets about 12 wall bangs, but eventually the flank will come through. Now a little song and dance from Afro. The help over the top from Nasty, but the nades from OpTic continue to hit, trailing by 16. That time it's the flash.
Well, I mean, what a play by Shotzzy. He hits the nade, he's able to get inside of that boat, and then, I mean, takes 15 seconds away from London. Now, if you're OpTic, you get set up for P4. Control ring the way that they are. Not allow London to get this time. They're even finding scrap time. That's 3 dead. There is 1 player, nice and Nasty, but a big one-on-one win by Prolute.
And that's what you want the guy to do. Coming in when gunfights like that. A key one to get them set up early in this hard point. He gets ready to pop. OpTic now down 5. And we're on Dashy's POV because he's lurking mid-map, just trying to stagger this push, slow it down, get whatever picks he can or information, but he'll drop, should spawn safe, but now the pressure mounting here from Royal Raiders, they look to get Angel.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to try to put pressure on front.
Okay.
Zero able to line them up. That's going to open things up. Can you get Afro on the hill with that MP40? That's when he can make plays. Harry trying to go on the flank, able to snap on the one, finds the second. But still, you have a lot of OpTic presence here, and I mean, they just can't get to the point, right? Usually you see a contestant and you're hoping to set up that spawn trap going from P4 to P5. So far, though, OpTic holding on.
Yeah, I mean, at most, they've been able to get a chain of like 2 kills. It just haven't been able to find that 3rd or 4th, get any kind of like, now, okay, that's how I'm saying it. There comes the push on through. So look at the final 15 or so seconds.
Prolute gets through, and he gets his team to spawn on him. His entire team spawns both sides. The squad spawns come in. We saw it earlier today. It happens once again.
And this could be a huge moment for OpTic. There's still one person here in Nasty, though, playing around tower. But they'll have early control at this point. They'll now try to build upon this lead. What a great chance it is to bring together 4th and 5th. Nasty, he's still alive in this position. Keeps winning gunfights, just needs the team to get there in support. He continues to surge on forward. Now 4 in a row for Nasty. Trying to bring the action to the objective, and Nasty takes another one down, 5 in a row.
Well, his teammates, they just spawned across the map, right? So they have to work all the way through. All that work done for Nasty, and well, it does not turn into much. His teammates could not find kills, and they were getting cut off middle of the map as Dashy was able to find multiple both side. And OpTic, I mean, yeah, with that sneak route from Prolute, it was looking like London was finally going to be able to hold a setup, a spawn trap in that we've seen so many times, but it does not happen. As Dashy, of course, 12 and 7, positive 5, and now you can see in the scoreboard what they were able to do off those 2 hills as he is snapping, as he is going, not able to find Nasty. But still, Dashy looking good.
Like Nasty's feeling himself a bit probably after that 5 spree, even though it didn't lead to any objective time. Yeah, in that situation, it's like, boys, come on, get to me. But they just couldn't. They were getting cut down. Trying to get into position. We now get into our second set of rotations. Back to ring we go. Shotzzy. Nice little dance with the pistol over the top. Some lovely shots as Shotzzy heating up, so is the crowd. That's 4 in a row. 43-point lead to a listen-in we go with OpTic Texas.
Get over Sips. I have a close ramp.
Yo, I need the shot. I need you inside.
Outer one shot. That's
Your team up front here. Already your team up front here. Everyone roll. There's a roll here.
one more on old trail.
Low clip as well.
And one stop green. Yo,
Watch out, guys. He's gonna be so up. I'm over to the Lamar Rock. Lamar Rock got 2.
One clip. Nice. What's the Lamar Rock?
Yeah, what's the Lamar Rock?
One is still Lamar Rock. And one's a
Just one Lamar. It's still there. I think it's on top. They're refocusing him. Go be down.
One somebody, you pop top.
one shot Nasty. I'm
need this shit. Yo, our side. I need this shit. One shot top mid boat. You just lay down top mid.
15 points separate these 2 teams. Looks like we might be lining up for another nail biter, but it's 5 in a row for Nasty. Let's hear the comms from London Royal Ravens.
One streaks, no. Fire Scump.
I hear you. Can one of you right? I'm gonna play old.
Fuck. Yeah, go.
Get Tom right, I see mid tank. I'm running. I'm gonna swap. Around Prolute, a little bit weak. There's 2 mid tank right now. Weak. I'll get one. Swear. Hold the back. Oh shit, I spawned the back.
Get push close.
I'll get a VP1.
Reset. Dashy.
Finish for a sec. Watching it.
2v1.
Prolute. There's 2v1. He needs help. Yeah, okay, gross.
V1 Dashy, we can
Scump. Shotzzy take down. I have Joe.
Well, Joe over this stretch, Royal Ravens able to go out in front, but we still have a tight one.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that P1 to P2 was huge for London, but Scump locking down top green. He's on a 5 spree, and this is what we saw last time over at P3. London with the spawns, but not able to turn it into time. Nasty right now is just playing so well for London. 20 and 18, he's had multiple sprees. He's been their guy. He's gonna have to make another play. This rotation huge for OpTic maybe to put this game away, or for London to fight right back into it. Shotzzy just fighting at the scrap time, trying to keep them spawn on the right side of that map as he wins multiple gunfights. That is going to slow this down. That makes it so easy for OpTic on those rotations.
It's just his movement into shooting is so fluid. It's just fun to watch. Absolute monster. Went out of Prolute and right back to Shotzzy. He's finding kills at mid-shift, getting the angle up top as well. You love it from Shotzzy. The map is his playground and he continues ripping and roaring. Now 4 in a row, 27 and 18. Up top we go. There's another one. Free pickings from the sky. He's a bird, Joe. He's a bird.
No, it's Shotzzy, dude.
Caw-caw.
Oh, now you're a dog, now you're a bird, but yeah, Shotzzy right now is rocking and rolling. London not able to get close, but Harry does get a spawn in the back. Now London is gonna spawn there. This is good time, but for OpTic, you don't worry about it, right? Because now you can lock them in the same way they did from P3 to P4. A chance here to shut the door and win this map number 1 is Prolute just gonna make sure nothing crazy happens towards the back. You have Scump locking down Cliff with Shotzzy.
They're in a good position now. 5 seconds till the flip.
I don't even know if they can get across the map in 20 seconds. They gotta go.
This is gonna be so tough to do. At least you're able to take out Shotzzy with the nade, but now you have to get through the rest of the players here from OpTic. Afro with a movement to hop across, but Dashy just holds, keeps on firing, and the head plucked off clean. 10 points to go for the map 1 W.
Nades have to hit. They have to hit Prolute on the hill. They gotta go. They have to go 5 more seconds for OpTic to take map 1. There's one player there, Dashy. He hits the shots, and OpTic secure map number 1.
And that's just one of those where, you know, the guys you look at, Dashy and Shotzzy, when it comes to the respawns and put up big maps, they do exactly that, Joe.
Yeah, and listen, like, London played that map pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna look at the scoreboard, minus 18, minus 20 across in slaying. Obviously, Shotzzy's a big part of that as he drops 30, but I mean, what, 2 rotations from P3 to P4, or OpTic just, they don't allow London to get a ton of time at P3. Then over at P4, a lot of the times, that's where it gets scrappy, right? One team pushes through the front, they get an MP40 on that area, then the team gets kind of trapped in the back, and then the one play by Prolute, I mean, to get the squad spawns, to allow them to have P5 for free, just a couple of those small plays, and he makes another one.
It just feels like a lot of times when you're able to chain together 4 and 5, you're typically in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that, and I mean, just the way they shut down that P3.
Yeah, no, it was impeccable, incredibly done. We'll take a look at some of the highlights through this as we get ready for the search and destroy, but sensational map there from OpTic. And yeah, I mean, they played him pretty tough despite getting outslayed by 20.
I mean, you had that Harry, right? Harry gets around the back. You had the 0-2 piece, and even with those kills, I mean, none of London should just get to that point. Finally, they were able to. That's when Prolute was able to sneak on through, and you can see, right? This is when the biggest lead, but after this, P1 and P2, it was nicely done by London. But you had that stretch as we went from P2 to P3. OpTic found so many of the kills. Shotzzy, that's when he starts popping off. Just making insane plays. When he can roam like that, everyone has to focus on him on the middle of the map.
It just felt like, yeah, when he has freedom, freedom, right? To just make the plays he wants to, find the times he can, go up at the top of the ship and shoot down from the sky. I mean, a lovely little sequence there, but
they gotta look for you, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. But on the other side, Nasty, I felt like he was always potentially on streaks, like he was going on 4 to 6 frees constantly. When it was somebody that was close to streaks on the opposite side, it felt like it was Nasty, like almost like ego challenging a gunfight where he like torched Scump, Dashy on the chow. Like he was really feeling himself, just wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't enough. But again, I mean, a great hard point by OpTic. Just fundamentally, they knew exactly what they had to do. You know, London still played it tough, but we're going to that Bocage where they were able to win it earlier today.
So we'll get to this search and destroy, and that's the one where like Afro, I've never seen someone get off a plant and move that quickly. Like he put the afterburners on, hit the NOS, whatever you want to call it. Like he was cruising. And he can just be such a terror here when he gets into the buildings. Just his ability to finesse around, win those close range gunfights. We'll see if he can do it here because it's going to be a very, very tough test. But it is fun to watch him on this map. It is.
No, it is, yeah. And then, you know, Bocage for these teams, we talked about them not finding a lot of the first bloods, but they're able to still clutch rounds. And that's what happens on this map, right? Bocage, search and destroy. It's just like one timing that doesn't go your way, or a 2-piece through a door or a wall. That's a difference in a round.
It just feels like OpTic, I mean, throughout this year, they felt very confident in Search and Destroy. They've steadily improved, but Scump, you know, you kind of said, I think I said on the desk, like, he might be playing for, like, best Search player right now, depending on how this weekend goes. Like, he just seems so confident. He's making plays when his team needs him to, whether it's finding first bloods or clutching up at a 1v3 or 1v4, like, he's been a monster.
Yeah, and I think it really helped Shotzzy, you know, joining this team even just earlier in the year, because old OpTic rosters, it was always Scump planting the bomb, right? It just felt like he was the one to sort of start those sequences. Shotzzy is a guy that will do that. He was one, I mean, since he joined Dallas Empire a couple of years ago, he had no problem doing that. He knew the sort of benefit of planting that bomb. Same as Scump, and the fact that they can sort of work off one another and allows Scump some freedom of not having to worry about that objective.
Yeah, I feel like it takes probably a rare person like to kind of want to do that mentality if you want to play a bomb, because we've had, I mean, I just remember who stands out, like, I don't know, someone getting frustrated in the past, like an Enable or a Sensor or somebody, like, you're going to play a bomb and it's just like you feel like you're dead, your teammates leave you out to dry, but why did you like it?
I mean, I don't know, it just like, you know, a lot of the times in sort of maybe 4v4 situations where you can just kind of get that objective down and they don't expect it early on in a round. Basically, if you put that bomb down, to me, that round is sort of like, that should be an offensive round win. That's always my mindset was. Like, all the pressure is on that team, right? They're going to have to invest in so much to work that diffuse. So, I mean, that's just sort of the benefit of it, for sure. A little bit different on a map like that.
And I brought up Enable. I mean, to be fair, they had him playing bomb because he just had no idea what he was doing in Search and Destroy. So, yeah,
it wasn't the best Search player.
Enable, we love you, buddy. But we're getting ready for the map 2 now on Bokash. We'll see who's going to be able to step it up and make the plays. And you're just hoping if you're London, you get a map win here, you start to maybe push this to distance. I guess you just want, kind of like we were talking in the Mutineers series versus OpTic, like you need moments where you kind of silence the crowd a bit. You kind of slow down the roll of the OpTic team. Map by map, as this place gets louder, it just gets harder to beat.
Yeah, and you know, the desk talked about it. The control is a big worrisome. It's been a struggle point for London and not a struggle point for the other side of the stage in OpTic, especially Tuscan. But there you can see it there. Bokash records. We'll see.
Here we go.
The London Royal Ravens tie this up, or could OpTic go up 2-0?
Map 2 underway. We'll see what kind of madness we're going to hear, but all right, that's a big one. Get Afro off the map. Don't let him make those plays. Shotzzy, good job just backing down and getting out, and cards exploding and no damage taken, and 19 HP back to full.
Huh. Usually those kill you when you blow up. But
not Shotzzy.
All right, he's got something different.
He's a superhero.
What settings does he have?
And what slows down for a moment, Afro, he'll get picked, but what can you do? Playing down a man, bomb in hand for Nasty, and knock, hello! Peeks the corner, Shotzzy gone before he realized what happened. So now to a 3 versus 3. Harry in trouble, Scump able to sniff that out and hunt that down. 35 seconds left, you gotta work a plan.
And that was just a triple challenge from OpTic, right? They were just soloing him out, isolating him, giving them the man advantage, and now you have Prolute and Scump over towards that B site, very quick on rotations. Zero gonna get some bad timing. The pistol does not connect, and just the gunfight's going the way of OpTic.
Yeah, I don't know if he just centered off a little bit there, like a little off to the right.
I just doesn't expect someone there.
Yeah, I thought he snapped pretty well, but not gonna be the case. Can't get the kill. And OpTic behind the first flood onto Afro, they will close out the round.
And then even that secondary push, right? You know, Nasty is able to make it a 3 versus 3, but they go out looking. A lot of the times, defense is going to play slow. You allow the bomb to go down. It can be tough to play those retakes. They go out. They know there's a player towards that lower tank, and they find it. They want to take those gunfights to him.
Yeah, I mean, you have numbers. Try to isolate it, and they do a good job of that. Scump with a 2-0 start. Maybe not as crazy as his round 1 ace in the last search we commentated, but still a nice start for the squad. They're just taking their time playing for information now, but as you see on the minimap, looks like they're going to start to take this down towards B. This is Afro now tucked away in a corner, just waiting for the presence to come towards them. Maybe just selling it.
Yeah, just waiting for his. I mean, it doesn't take long to rotate on a Bokash.
No, it does not.
Shotzzy and Scump through the middle of the map. You have Nasty just locking that down over towards Kitchen side. And well, it's I think rough timing because he goes up and they're starting to make their push right below him, just back and forth. But Afro, he's looking for info. Doesn't find anything, and right through P3 goes off because Afro, he's gonna get stunned, and Shotzzy, Prolute, they find those kills. I mean, Harry's like, what the heck? Nasty was up there, but they were just playing right under him.
Yeah, I think you said the timing a little brutal, but Now see if Afro and Zero can bring it back. Just Shotzzy. Every corner he's tucked in, it's getting red. Now Afro, the highlight machine here on Bocage, looking to do it once again. Close the door. Slide left, slide right. Just trying to stay up with 27 HP. 30 seconds to go into this 2v2. He spotted him. He chows it in the back, and that's 3 for Afro now. Bringing it back, Dashy, last alive.
They don't know where he is, though. They do not know where he is, and well, Zero, his pistol didn't connect last round. Dashy, his doesn't connect this round as he finds that kill, and that's what I mean when we talk about Bocage individual plays. You just run through a couple of doors, and guess what? You get some kills.
It always feels good when you talk about what someone's capable of before the map, and then you watch them do it. Like that, it's just the things Afro has been pulling off. Like they're on what, a 2 versus 4? You think they're in a bad spot, and then Afro just absolutely pops off and starts annihilating the competition.
Just his ability to stay alive. I mean, Dashy, he puts some shots in, and he just shuts the door.
You shall not pass. Holds it, stays up. And that's going to be a frustrating one for OpTic. I mean, that is all in your control, and you let it slip away. So 3 kills of the round for Afro. And now they'll swap over to offense and see what openings they can find. Shotzzy's finding some bullets, and he's finding lots of them. His deaths have just been, I feel like unfortunately there's someone just picking the exact spot he's in, or wallbangs through. He can't get going in this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a good job by London, right? I mean, Shotzzy likes to play those lurk positions. He was trying to get some information, a good spot over towards A to kick things off for OpTic, and now London slow things down, and now you can see OpTic starting to get aggressive, trying to see what they can find. You have Prolute pushed up pretty far on the offensive side of the map. He's gonna have a one-on-one versus Zero, but Zero, he's just gonna back down, and Prolute's gotta run away. Is London starting to work over towards A? Scump, he's gonna have his hands full.
Ready and waiting, the slide out, not going to be enough. Harry and Afro come through. Prolute last to drop, and as Ravens collapse, all of OpTic fall. They get a second round.
And that's just a duo, Nasty and Afro, right? They both win their one-on-ones to execute onto this site, and the last player in Prolute taken down by Harry. But they slowed it down. They didn't allow OpTic to make any plays on the map. They spotted the Prolute flank. As soon as that happens, they pick that A site to work towards.
Yeah, sometimes just like who's going to hit the slide first in some of these engagements, like when you're rounding these corners or kind of waiting for the push to come. Who gets the bit of extra movement in to take that fight? 4 in a row now for Afro.
Taking Jowls off spawn. We're 4 seconds into the map. Let's get it.
Half the AR ammo already expended.
So it's Zero all the way in the back. I'm in a nice spot here from Shotzzy. Towards that P1 area, right on top of the gate, just trying to find any angle he can. Seeing if there's anyone working out towards outer B. Harry's thinking about peeking, but it does not happen as this round has been pretty much a standstill, besides the start.
You can see
Shotzzy gets in up top again. He's able to sneak on through. He's finding these routes. London aren't going to be ready for this. Can he find a first blood? That's really the question.
Yes, he can.
Flies on through. Of course he does.
I'm soaring out, but there is a second one there to trade him. So 3 versus 3, 30 seconds to go. Starting to work up towards this plant. Not going to happen. Afro, he's able to find the angle. 2 versus 2, 20 seconds to go now. Prolute looking to make a play. Sees just the tip of a head there. I believe that's Afro, but can't finish it as he's soaring in. It's Afro through on the flank, and they go big again. Another round, and it feels like Afro somehow in a lot of these key plays, he continues to be involved. He's the one that got the player off bomb. It's the final kill as well.
Well, they go for that plant because you saw when we went to Prolute's point of view, he was up top, right? He's up top. They're not thinking that they can get killed from that player from the window, but Afro, he finds the angle, the timing to get away from Prolute. And I think Afro's on 7 in a row. He might have a glide as well to work with on this map.
Oh, so since that 3 in the round has not dropped, unbelievable stuff. Yeah, 7 and 1 out of Afro. A man on a mission to tie up this series. Here it comes, gonna call it in right away.
Might get 2 or 0.
Yep, they're all able to get inside. They're all able to stack, but they're gonna plant behind that. So you love to see that, funnel them all in, get the bomb down quickly. Now the 4 versus 4 retake.
Well, I just saw Shotzzy soaring through the sky. as he gets pushed out, but there are the kills. Afro, Harry with the first two. Now it's down to Dashy and Scump. Nice shots, but they don't expect the players that far pushed up. And that's just Zero getting aggressive behind the glide bomb.
Well, and that's, I mean, you kind of talked about it earlier with streaks. Like, when it comes to the search and destroy, you usually, what, usually get a pick or info, or it's to try and clear people out and get a quick bomb plant. That's exactly what they do. You see everybody funnel, they get the bomb down fast, they play behind it. I mean, was there a chance for a retake there for OpTic? 100%, but the setup too strong from Royal Ravens.
It's very nice teamwork here. I mean, again, it's one of those maps where OpTic, they have 3 of the 5 first bloods. But London are finding the winning plays.
Might have another one here, not gonna happen. He's pre-aimed like a little bit higher towards the ledge, and Afro just comes around the corner and smokes him. But he finally drops, which is probably a good sign for OpTic. Finally get him out of the map. 3v2 though for Ravens.
Just getting picked apart though in these mid rounds, especially on their attack. Is Nasty able to find that pick on his Scump. So now it's a 2 versus 3. Still a lot of time to work with for Prolute and Dashy. I mean, you saw the nades connecting. It's just they're not, I mean, double nading this. The specific areas where you would want to. I mean, they would have a pick on to Harry, but he's just able to stay alive, regens his health. Bomb's starting to go down, and as soon as it starts to go down, Nasty is there again, just checking it.
I mean, he's on a 4 streak of his own. Him and Afro have been so strong throughout the course of this map too. And Zero just playing back for the tank. Now we'll see how they deal with this post plant. Bomb in. What's the plan of attack from Royal Ravens?
And he gets the info. So either that player's on the bomb or through tunnel. And you can already see Harry was ready for it. Nice play by Zero to let his teammate know with that information. So now it's a 1 versus 3 for Dashy. Bomb is planted, but this is just such a tough one, right? You cannot check it from any position besides right above it, and they know that. London with the retake.
I mean, they're simply outplaying them right now when you talk about Bokash, but they got a rep recently. They looked really strong. They're continuing behind their strengths.
And I like that. They're just not allowing the bomb to go down towards A. Every couple of seconds, someone's checking it. What does that do? It forces OpTic towards B. And we saw from Zero's point of view, right? He's just sort of playing safe, but he's watching the cross to that outer part that tells the team the guy's either on the bomb or he hits tunnel. He gives that information to his teammate. It's a nice trade. Just those small things.
I mean, they haven't allowed anyone to get comfortable. I mean, you've got, what, 2 kills basically in the entire side of OpTic. Shotzzy especially, I mean, I think he's had 3 first deaths across the 6 rounds. Like, they're getting him out of stuff early, just not allowing him to make plays. But all right, here's another first blood.
And look where Shotzzy is. He's trying to go. He's trying to go now. He's trying to make plays. He get a very aggressive on this defense, does OpTic. Scump, Shotzzy flying through the middle of the map.
Yeah, I feel it's like, all right, boys, we're down 4 rounds. Like, let's let loose a little bit. It kind of feels like they need to. Now, can they close out the 3 versus 2 and continue on this search and destroy? Nasty some shots in. He's on 5 in a row. That streak will end. Shotzzy finally coming alive as he finds number 4. And Zero just tries to find some kind of free pick in this 1 versus 3, maybe to give him a chance.
Yeah, it's either that or he's going to go off the map. I'm not too sure what he's deciding to do yet.
He's on 3 in a row, so I think he's probably going to stay up and see if he can get something, maybe.
Just trying to find anything as we hang out.
Hello, Joe. How you doing this evening?
I'm great.
What'd you have for dinner? Chicken?
I didn't eat yet.
Oh, all right, nothing. All right. After this, perfect. He's so sneaky. He's like a leopard.
Yeah, but he's just not a very good leopard.
No.
There we go.
Yeah, he's able to get 1. Time runs out. I mean, that's about as good as you could ask for. Get a little bit closer to the streak.
On a streak, I guess, but
yeah,
for
I mean,
OpTic,
still a ways to go. But
the early round aggression, they were able to turn that into a round win.
it's going to need to be, what, 5 straight? They're going to get this done.
We've seen it before.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like a lot this year, just in general, yeah.
And if there's a map to do it on, it's probably Bokash, because who knows what can happen. Shotzzy's just going for this right away.
But what's up? It's me, Afro, laying him out.
And again, they do not allow that bomb to go down over towards A. The timing for them has just been so good. Shotzzy does a little jump to, you know, find the timing to go right on it, but Afro is there. He checks it. Plant still has to be worked, and our first blood going the way on it.
They just dominated A defensively. You nailed it. Just not giving them any openings whatsoever. I kind of like the just hit it mentality, get this thing planted, but no amount of movement or routes is going to change that. That was so awkward as he slides down and looked right.
Well, it was awkward for Scump too. He couldn't snap onto it, right? You saw him almost actually get taken down, but Afro's able to bring it back as he continues to have a map. Now up to 11 kills is Afro. And 0, Afro, they just get aggressive. They've kind of flipped the map. They left Harry all the way in the back of the spawn. Harry is going to get spotted by Prolute. So now we're going to be into a 2 versus 2, but they know bombs down towards A. Scump, though, able to win it.
Okay.
Time to work with. He's going to try to head towards B. Can 0 find the timing on the plant?
He spots one in the back. Going to be 1 versus 1. 0 on 5 in a row. Plant in for Scump. 0. Scump. 2 of the most decorated players on the planet getting ready to go at it. 1 versus 1. 0's on it. Scump sniffs it. Another clutch for Scump.
I'll be honest, even for Scump, with 11 seconds left, the cojones to just hold the plant, right? He just goes for it. I mean, 0 finds the kill, and he's thinking, all right, maybe he's not going to plant this bomb. He plays a 50-50. I like the play from 0.
I think maybe he's going to chow this. Maybe he's going to.
Yeah, but Scump's like, whatever. If he pushes this, then he wins the round. But he just held the plant. He's able to rotate through P1 and finds him on the defuse.
6 and 5 now for Scump, 3 in a row. Remember, you need 5 straight rounds for OpTic. 2 are already done, and into the blender they go as they run into royalty. 5 straight for Scump.
There's one of those plays. They take that chance, but Harry's able to bring it back now. Finds the pick. 0 trying to look for another one, but they're going to get aggressive behind this. They're not going to allow them any room on the map to work with. You have Shotzzy inside a barn. Prolute working towards that low ravine. They're not going to expect this. I mean, so much presence here from OpTic. As soon as they get pushed up, Shotzi's going to close this round down. He does just that.
0, 1v3, now down to a 1 versus 2. 40 seconds remaining. Bomb down just outside of A. Can he get a free pick? Turn this into an interesting 1 versus 1.
It doesn't look like they're going to give him to it, right? It's just sort of corner to corner here for OpTic. There's going to be a peek at Prolute snaps. I thought he caught a timing. Prolute was jumping up.
Like on X-ray.
Yeah, right on a little ledge to watch that angle, but Prolute with a nice snap on the 0. What is that, 3 rounds in a row?
Joe, round by round.
It starts with Scump. I mean, you know, Nasty and Afro, they've been working A so well. It's been going their way. This time, not so much.
And now it's like when you're on Royal Ravens, you have some young players, you start to feel the heat a little bit. You're starting to feel the pressure, right?
Oh, 100%, yeah. I mean, we just talked about it. There's been some insane comebacks in Search this year, especially on this map. And a lot of the times, it's just the timings. That your calls aren't starting to go your way. They find some momentum. Can they shut this map out? Shotzzy, though, he finds the first blood. There we go. The teammate connects onto Harry.
0 is very, very weak, but just able to get away as Dashy puts in the shots. Bomb getting planted now. 4v3 at the plant. Shotzzy, he gets another one in the round. Afro trying to dance, but this time not going to go his way. It is 0, last alive. Is OpTic look for 4 straight rounds to get us to around 11.
Yeah, he's just going to jump off the map. I think he doesn't want to give him any kills,
sure is.
And here we go.
All right, baby.
Round 11 time.
Dude, it just seems how dominant it was, like towards the A side, just in general for Ravens. Like we got to this point, like it just felt like they were in such control. You blink your eyes, and here we are going to around 11.
Well, on defense, OpTic started getting aggressive, right? They put a lot of pressure over towards A. On offense, they kind of avoided it. They've just been finding picks the other way. But here we go, round 11. Scump on 6. The glide bomb could come in. It's going to be OpTic on attack. There's the records this year. Both of these teams have had a lot of them, 11 each.
You've done all this work to get here. Can you close it out if you're OpTic?
Of course, it's a bit of a standstill. First 20 seconds gone by. Shotzzy nade in deep. Afro's just kind of hanging out. A bit of a lurk spot, but they know, right? He has not gone their way. Maybe it's going to be a B hit for OpTic.
Had so many rounds where you hit the nade. They are deep, and Dashy, okay, you get the trade there. Dashy can't win the gunfight, but you've got two there. Now Shotzzy from the top rope. That gets him to 8. 3 versus 2, they've got the numbers, just trying to dance away from it. Scump to her down. Scump's got the streak. Here comes the glide. Nasty is scrambling.
Not gonna connect, but they have the info. Now a 1-on-3 for Nasty. 5 rounds in a row.
Unbelievable scenes here in Toronto. Dashy might know Scump another dinner for Search and Destroy.
I mean, listen, man, whatever works. Whatever works.
I got you to respawn, just give me a search, but no, that was unbelievable. And yeah, you can say it starts with Scump, or it starts with kind of a shift in their aggression throughout the course of that one. Just the kind of mid-map changes.
Yeah, there's 2 things, right? It's the mid-map changes. I mean, one of the biggest things is they had to calm Shotzzy down. It kind of reminded me of like sort of Berlin. He was just getting caught. I think just trying to make too many, I mean, unique, cute Shotzzy plays.
Like, take a breath.
No, chill. Like you don't have to do this every single round. And they slowed it down. They used their teamwork a little bit more because, you know, against Berlin, that's what was happening. He was getting caught so much. London was punishing them, but they took it away from A. They were playing around mid-map, the rotations over towards B. But even on defense, they switched up the pace. They were finding picks quickly through that lower tank side.
Yeah, I mean, they were getting the first bloods kind of early in the game too, but it just felt like they capitalized them far better as the game went on. And Scump just had a couple incredible moments as they bring that back and now take a 2-0 edge. But I know it's happening maybe a lot more this year, but it's still not an easy thing to do when you're down 0-5, down 1-5, to rip off that many rounds straight. But it's like at some point, I think I asked you maybe at 4-5 or 3-5, it's like it starts to shift a little bit, right? Like that's when the momentum sort of like, you go from being like, all right, we lost this map, to believing yourselves, and now on the other side, you're like, oh shit, boys, what's going on here?
Well, I mean, just like, look at the round, right, where Scump finds 2 kills on Nasty and Afro. It's just a simple play call of for London, all right, we're gonna hit towards Kitchen. And maybe that would have worked 2-3 rounds ago, but that round it wasn't, right? Scump was there. The rounds in the play calls that were working for London just got shut down. That's just what can happen on Bokash.
It is absolutely unbelievable, but where you thought you might have a 1-1 series and we're maybe going the distance now, I don't know, because the control struggles have been very real for London Royal Ravens. They need all the fans' help as they try to battle back in this series. OpTic come alive with 5 straight rounds of Search and Destroy. Scump has been an absolute monster in S&D this weekend. He and the boys look to close it out. Coming up next in the Map 3 Control.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Game Fuel. Victory in a can. Upgrade your game with a Scump, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Welcome back. What a ridiculous search and destroy we just had, but we are not done yet. The fun, ladies and gentlemen, continues here in Toronto. We have, well, this match to finish tonight, and then we have a whole weekend coming of action for Major 3, but we're going to take a look at our Scump play of the game, and it's going to be some moments from Scump. Over the course of that search and destroy, he continues to be a playmaker. He's disciplined in the clutch moments. He's making the right play calls. It's been fun to watch.
And I mean, like a lot of these difficult rounds, I mean, he's kind of just winning, right? Like even this is a nice bait and switch by Dashy and Afro, but he knows what he has to do. That movement by Afro, not an easy centering, but he is on point. And then Shotzzy and Scump working the middle of the map in that last round. They use the glide.
I like that.
I don't know. Somebody get them another beer, though. We still got another map. Yeah, they're mosh pitting in there.
Is that called river dancing?
No, that was not river dancing.
Oh,
No.
I'm not a dance expert, Joe.
That was not good. You gotta be careful.
Like, he was doing something like this, like some sort of river dancing.
You're gonna like tear your ACL. You need to relax.
I might. Yeah, that's a good point, Joe.
You are an old man. I'm gonna wheelchair you out of here.
Very weak knees, but we are getting ready to continue on. We hope you guys are having fun. We're having a little bit too much fun up here, but no, some incredible dancing there from the OpTic fans in front. But what a comeback it was! 5 straight rounds, and now. Yeah, if you're London Royal Ravens, like you gotta dig deep, pray to whatever bird god you have, and try to get ready for the map 3.
I think they just got shot out of the sky. I know. That was a tough map. And now they're gonna go play Tuscan Control, honestly. That's just
it's pheasant season.
They lost 5 rounds in a row. I mean, listen, it's gonna take some next level discipline to bounce back in this one. Then you can see the map records, 12-3, 2-3 for London. Do have some bad news. You have to deal with us a little bit more because the lobby resets. So.
That's all right. We're going to get back in as quickly as we can, but man, this has been a lot of fun. Just a shout out. I did an interview a little bit ago just asking me what I thought about Toronto and their fans and how different it was. You guys have been spectacular. Whether it's just been how friendly everyone has been, how it's just been like heartwarming. Like everyone's been so incredible, so hyped, so nice. It's been amazing to see.
Yeah, Toronto, I have a confession. If you can look at me, I love you.
Uh-oh.
I love you a lot. I've been having a blast. Yeah! Yeah!
Oh, you guys
been amazing.
Seriously, you've been so cool. But back to this match, I think we're gonna take a look at some of the OpTic stats going into this and how they look at control, how they've been over the course of the qualifier and coming into this major. But it's a little bit lopsided when you think of the struggles you've been having on Royal Ravens. But here, let's take a look at the player KD. So this is actually the overall KDs on the series so far. And as good as it looked for Dashy after map 1, struggles a bit in the map 2, and now Scump just right up there with a 1-3-5.
Yeah, I mean, what was like 3-10 for Dashy, but I mean, he's been playing so well in respawns, it doesn't matter.
If you take his search out the last 2 series, the guy's got like a 2.0.
Yeah. I mean, he's known for his search, right? I mean, he's been so good all year. Just, I mean, I don't know, just timing's not going his way, but doesn't matter. His team's winning, and Shotzzy, I mean, it feels like, I don't know, like, he's like struggling, and then I look back and he's having another map, and then he's struggling, I look back and he's even, I don't know.
See, I guess that's when I think it would be fun if I was on a team where, like, you've had teams in the past where you get the quote-unquote, like, hard carrier, like the guy that puts up the numbers. Like, I think it's kind of fun when it's like, I don't know, some people popping off in one mode, some popping off in another, and it's like everyone's kind of having their pop-off moments, because I think that just, like,
oh, yeah.
I don't know. Everyone feels good when they have big maps and big moments. I think that's just good for the team.
Well, think about, I mean, Dashy last year. I mean, right, even with the OpTic team throughout Cold War, it just felt like he had to, him and Envoy, he had to go off.
Yeah,
right? I mean, if they didn't, I mean, Scump was obviously great throughout all his search, but I think Dashy really felt like he had to do certain things. But that's what we talk about, him getting comfortable in that AR role more and more, allowing his teammates the freedom to do whatever they want, him knowing his role. But yeah, I mean, maybe just some adjustments in search, but or not. I mean, they won 5 rounds in a row and would bounce back. But I'm sure he wants to improve there.
Yeah.
And he will.
The fact is you won.
Yeah.
Tough control time. We'll see if OpTic can close it out with, what I mean, 2 3-0s on the day. Continue on in this tournament. Try to make an incredible losers bracket run like we saw LAG just do, the most recent major. I'm not sure if we're getting started.
I think we got another one.
That's the look of someone that's not getting ready to hop into the map right now.
We have it right there. We have an observer feed right to our left, and yeah, lobby reset. So
okay.
That's okay. But back to, I mean, a game like that though, we talked about day 1. with a Mutineer matchup and Prolute really struggling. I mean, getting that first match under your belt and winning, probably great for Prolute. Getting a map win like that, I mean, that has just got to give him so much confidence in saying, like, dude, my teammates are, I mean, some of the best in the world. I'm having a blast on this stage, and got to keep him comfortable.
Yeah, I was going to ask if maybe this delay benefits either side much, but I feel like you saw like kind of laughs and smiles on the London side, then same on the OpTic side. I guess I was just thinking, like, if you collapse like that and you gave up 5 rounds if you're London, maybe a little extra moment to regain might be nice, but...
I don't know, bro. I'd just be thinking about life
that's true. Like,
over and over and over again. Like, that is just... it's a tough one to swallow, but, I mean, we've seen some laughs, right? I mean, you know, Trey, a veteran, he's been through it all, like heartbreak and, well, winning, victorious
or just
moments.
not even being able to compete. Like, I'm sure he's happy to be on the main stage just battling, man.
100%. I mean, you know, we heard Scump in that interview. God giveth and God taketh away. It sure does. I mean, no matter what, all of these veteran players have had their ups and downs, and that's just what happens any given day, any given game.
I think that's true of, you know, when you hear about NBA, NFL, whatever, like all these like really decorated people that never won.
It's the NHL, we're in Canada.
Sorry, the NHL, like, these really great players that have never won. Like, it's just sometimes you forget because some teams have been on top and dominating. It's not an easy thing to win. It's not an easy thing to stay on top for a long period. Maybe you get the 1 W, but to win consistently and stay at the peak of your game, it's hard in anything.
And there's going to be different tests, whether it's, you know, visa things like we've seen from London, or, you know, what's going on with Illy for the OpTic side. You know, he's just probably pacing back and forth in the backstage, just trying to help them out. He wants to be back, but, you know, Scump's just kind of hanging out on the stage, but it looks like we have 7 players in the lobby. We just need 1 more. We'll hopefully be good to go.
Yeah, I was told probably 2 minutes and we're good to go. So thanks again for bearing with us. Trust me, we want to get to the game as quickly as possible. Joe and I don't have control of it. As soon as we can go, we're ripping and roaring right into this match.
Yeah, blame him.
It's my sweat. Honestly, I sweat so much it hits open cable and it's set afire.
Well, it's not really your fault anymore. You're not the full-time guy. It's actually Miles. He's a commissioner.
Right.
He's a new commissioner. Blame Miles.
Part-timer. Get after Miles.
Yeah. Unlucky.
All right, so we do have a giveaway going on right now. If you want to get on Twitter, you have a chance to win a Scuf Gaming controller. So check this out. It's going to pop up on your screen. An amazing opportunity to get it. I'll tell you what, I've been using the new...
Get it right. Let's see if you can get it right.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Forget the names. Don't do this to me.
Bogey's listening right now.
Bogey, don't judge me.
You're going to get it wrong, aren't you?
Can I do it?
It's the Instinct.
Instinct. I always want to say Impact because, like, the last one, the Instinct is like my favorite controller, quite literally, of all time.
Yeah, but there you go. Make sure to enter. RT, follow TJHaly and TJHaly on Twitter. Tag a friend and reply with.
Why should you call me out there? I got nervous.
CDL.
You put me on the spot like that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just one of those things. Hey, there's the commissioner right there, dude. He's walking away from the arena.
Oh, Miles,
what the heck?
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Is that adult beverage?
Are you not setting up the match on the main stage, Miles? Miles?
He's gone. He just walked out of the venue.
This is ridiculous.
Unbelievable stuff. But for those of you in attendance, thank you again for your patience. We appreciate it very much. I'm looking at it. Still just waiting on one person to get in the lobby, but unfortunately every now and then we'll have these technical delays. But for the most part, I mean, today's been smooth. We've been ripping through matches. You've seen some upsets, and today's like, we're going to get back to obviously the winner side of it soon. It's just going to ramp up in intensity.
We got 5 tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%. But as they work to get this resolved, I think the production team has heard enough of Joe and I. So we're going to head to a quick break when we're ready to go. We'll be right back.
Yeah, watch some ads.
When you compete as long as I have, you learn a thing or two.
FaZe Clan for the first time!
Each year the game changes, but the grind, it stays the same.
Have done it. Congratulations, Subliners.
Practice, scrim, compete, eat, sleep, repeat.
Dylan, attached, ready to rock.
You don't give up though. You don't stop. You don't quit till you're the best. I'm always searching for that next competitive edge.
Yo, Dylan, you good, bro?
I must have fell asleep. What's up, Eli?
Check what came to the office today.
Looks like my next edge found me. Visit zenny.com/CDL to get a pair of Røkkr Zennies or any of your other favorite CDL teams today.
1 minute to game start.
Oh my, 1 minute, gentlemen. Let's go. Come on.
Talk abeZy?
Yo.
Okay, that's better.
One shot.
Yo, one shot.
Okay, that's fine. I need Tyler to talk. Tyler, talk.
Hello.
All right, you're good.
Are you guys game ready?
Yeah, we're game ready. We're game ready.
Yes, game ready.
Yeah, I'm game ready.
Whoa. Not
No, I
game
can't hear
ready.
you.
Not game ready.
Yeah.
What mission? Immigrant. Game ready.
You're still game ready.
Can I get muted this time?
You want to be muted?
Last series.
It's not right now, Alex.
How do you mute your mic?
There's a button next to the scroll wheel.
The little small one.
On top of the scroll wheel.
Right here?
Put your thumb on the scroll wheel.
It's a little.
And
like,
just
little.
push your thumb up.
Hello? I don't know, bro.
Bro, you get it? MC, like this. There's more above it. Don't just scroll the wheel.
Oh, I found it.
Dude.
Just keep on how we've been playing. Just keep the comps flowing. The comps flowing, bro. Love about comms, bro.
Keep the comps flowing, yo. It's all good, man.
No, it's what is a king to a god, and then what is a god to a non-believer? What is a goon to a goblin? I prefer goblin.
Who's Coach?
Coach.
DC was the IP.
Oh, don't know him. That's the president right there, brother.
The president?
Bro, him was not charged.
And you chew and it pops. Like the earbuds pop in your ear.
Yeah, but that's because your ear canal is actually smaller than what the earbud squishy bit is. And you're meant to buy different ones.
Bro, that stinks, bro. Kick up.
We had to wake up early to get a haircut this morning.
Oh man, a haircut. How you feeling?
That's alright.
No, if you want, I'll bring you to my barber. You sure, man?
Actually, no one here could have the same barber as you, man.
Yo, play with some intensity, yeah? Intensity out the get-go, my boys.
He's like, oh, baby, go, dude. Oh, that's a 4v2.
Ryan, you're looking wham in that t-shirt.
Looking massive.
Is it still Vulcan season?
Yeah, that's why you got nuggets yesterday.
That's for game day.
They kill me on Friday, bury me on Sunday, mourn for me Monday, but then you gotta let me go, then you gotta let me go. They kill me on Tuesday, bury me on Wednesday, mourn for me Thursday, then you gotta let me go, then you gotta let me go. Weapons hard, vaqueros.
Somebody say a prayer for me.
They kill me on Friday, bury me on Sunday, then you gotta let me go.
Hello and welcome back. Thank you for your patience. We just, to be completely transparent, had to swap out some equipment. Just looking to get Dashy ready to rock and roll.
All the ice on the OpTic side from that map too had melted and actually caused an equipment failure. I don't know what to tell you.
Joe, you are so clever. You have a way with words. But no, it was just
I am an idiot.
Equipment swap, and we're looking to get into it. But hopefully we'll be ready to go here momentarily. So waiting on Dashy to get back into the lobby. But if you are just joining us, it's been kind of a crazy one so far. Map 1, OpTic able to take it. Map 2, get the rip off 5 straight. Is he in there?
Yes.
Okay, I believe we have all 8 players in the lobby. We might be good to go soon. It's some nipple magic.
Yes, whatever that means.
I'm not sure that's a thing, but I hear the game is low. We're getting ready to go. Thank you again, Toronto. You guys have been absolutely brilliant throughout the course of this. But
they're trying to get us to the game to get us off the screen.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, because I said nipple magic, Joe, which I do not think is a thing.
Maybe not here, but I don't know. It might be somewhere.
It could be, absolutely. Here we go. Map up on screen, Tuscan control. Can OpTic close it out? Will Royal Ravens, with a little bit of break and a regain, be able to bring it back and push this one the distance?
Seeing all 8, I think we're good. I think we're good. But this man on your screen, 1.35 out of Scump, a huge search and destroy. I mean, he was the catalyst in that comeback.
I love the word catalyst.
It's a pretty cool word.
It really is, right?
Yeah.
Later, we got to talk about the whole fiber optic cables going under the ocean and the effect that sharks chew on them and stuff. Dude, I was watching that. I didn't know that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fiber optic cables, they run between continents underneath the ocean, Joe, and sharks try to chew through them. It's absolutely insane
Yeah,
stuff.
we got to get to the map, please.
3, here we go. Control. OpTic up 2-0. Let's see if they can get it done. Dashy is looking to regain, get a reset, get some new equipment, and looking ready to fry. The man has been an absolute god amongst men in the respawns. And speaking of gods, it's your king, Scump, with some crisp shots at the MP40 to get us out the gate.
That's going to be forward dead. You can see the pressure already, what London has to do. It's going to be a push through P5. It's already spotted. Dashy is, well, he's seeing everybody, and he's going to get out with his life. You have Shotzzy being the lone man, but looks like London's just going to play around well for right now.
Okay.
And well, yeah, the nade comes in, does connect. Afro able to find 2.
Dude, those ones when they come like right at you, it like makes you like go back a little bit, like, oh God! That one came right for him. Nasty able to catch, I believe, Shotzzy with an 8 in his hand. And Nasty will surge on forward. Second bit of progress, just about to complete over at the A side of it, and that will get done. Lives-wise, OpTic doing a good job, up 4.
And if I'm Nasty right there, like, I think he goes just a little bit too quick. When you find a kill on the B side, we saw all of the green arrows look that way. To me, he's just got to find a kill, play his life a little bit more, allow his team to work through A, but it's a 2-piece again from Afro to open up the map. A zone gonna be complete now. It's all about B defense. And I mean, it was a different map. It was Berlin, but OpTic were so good when it came to these moments, these 2-minute holds. 2 bullets. And they do it on Tuscan.
He actually has 2 bullets in his auto, so I'm not sure what he's gonna get done with that, but he's been very good with the pistol as well.
I think it's a sniper rifle.
Yep, pistol is fine. He's good, he's good. Well, that's what he's gonna be using for a little bit, but now over to Scump with the MP40. A little dance around the statue and some help from Prolute. Is now how long can they hold? I mean, yeah, Berlin, you saw their one-side defense, how incredible it can be. A little different here, but now Dashy's found an MP40 and he's yet to drop, going through every gun in the armor.
It does get taken down, no streaks for Dashy, but so much time off of the clock, and I mean, not a lot of map position. Afro, though, has lurked on through, and it looks like OpTic does know it, but they find the kills and they shut them down. Nice comms from OpTic. They find the person lurking. And really, London has not been able to get a team push out from P5, out from this area. It has just been stopped right away. Prolute's watching the cross. It's staggered every single time.
I thought Nasty's nade looked pretty good, but Scump had already tossed one. His was a little bit better. And now you're up 9 lives in complete dominant position. But one crazy break could get it done. Cutting through enemy lines will be Afro, just trying to find an opening. They're slicing on through. When he finds that opening, able to get a kill. But Scump is still up. And the collapse potential still here, but they're worried about Zero on the other side of this. Afro just picking them out of corners. But the lethal's strong here for OpTic Texas.
But I love that discipline from Scump, right? Obviously they get through B through Church, but he does not give up that P5 area. He knows someone is going to try to push through there. He finds the kill, then plays his life, allows his teammates off a spawn to hit the nades onto the point and deal with that. Only 5 lives remaining for London. Harry and Nasty, only 2 kills in this round. They just could not find anything. OpTic shutting it down. Prolute, 3 in a row. Prolute snapping with the MP40.
Just absolutely melting. Can he take a 5th with the streak? Not gonna happen. Harry there to silence the storm, at least for a moment. But a good defense holds for OpTic.
Yeah, and what, 4 tick? They got 1 tick at B, does London. And now if you're London, you talk about losing 5 rounds in a row in Search. Now this first round, right? Obviously you're on offense. This needs to be a round win for London to keep them in this match.
Has to be. You need something convincing here. something to give you some energy, some confidence going forward in what could be a lengthy series if you can win this map. Shotzzy is biding his time, looking to find something. Afro just hits it, just flies right under the doorway and able to shut him down.
It's just funny, Shotzzy's like trying to find this sneaky little angle, and Afro's like, I'm just gonna run through the door.
Like, dude, just hits it. It's like the
Kool-Aid man.
Kool-Aid. That's what I was trying to think of, the Kool-Aid man. Just smash it through the wall. Well, they're about to finish A. And the difference here, I mean, think about it. When you finish A, if you're London, you're, what, you were down about 4 lives? OpTic, when they're doing it offensively, they've got a 5 life advantage.
And look at the map already. I mean, 3 dead right now. The last player alive is Nasty on the B zone. Off a spawn. Harry, he's gonna take it down. Here comes the collapse. OpTic with so much map control. Dashy and Prolute trying to do what they can, but Afro with a big win is gonna slow things down. But I love this. Dashy just realizing he has to lock down this position, allow his teammates to get to him, just backs down, repositions. The nades, though, do come in, but he's gonna play his life.
Those slide cancels around like that tower, like when you have little like half walls, you just lose somebody. They just pop up like a gopher and smoke you. Let's see if they can close it out. They've still held on to this like 5 to 6 life advantage. This has been great from OpTic. You still have a ton of time to work with. You can bleed them out. But now you need to reset. You're getting staggered a bit. Afro is pushed up the mid-map, looking to find what openings he can. Prolute's gonna win one on the bottom side. It'll be Harry that can take it top side. And there's Afro lurking, able to get the kill, but can't get away with his life. So at least you dealt with the mid-map pressure for now if you're OpTic.
Man, I mean, Afro just needs a little bit of help right now. I mean, everybody double negative on the side of London besides him, 13 and 12. He's playing with a lot of pace, but he's gotta slow it down. Do not give up these lives. As you said, OpTic, they just, keep one man on A. They just, slay around the map. They've done it so well on multiple maps. Now you have 3 dead, 0. The last player alive has to deal with this, is able to find one, but they're quickly gonna trade this, and they wanna make this messy. As you said, only 8 lives remaining. OpTic know this. They're taking their time, playing with discipline, staying on it, and Scump is just slaying in the spawn.
Pistol out, continue the streak, headshot through, 5 in a row, 17 to 3 in the lives department as it is a massacre here on Tuscan, and OpTic up 2-0.
I tell you what, if you're a team that wants to learn how to be better on offense, on control, look at what OpTic has done, not only on this map, but even Berlin in their series earlier versus Guerrillas. They keep one man on the point, right over towards that weaker zone, or what is a little bit easier for offense, and then just sort of slaying around. And what they do is they drain those lives, right? Have that 5-6 life advantage, and then they work their way up the map over towards B. They took their time, they got in power positions, and what that does, when you find 3 dead like that, London, they have to panic. They're worried that the stack is gonna come in, and then what, the lives are gone.
It's like they almost flip offense and defense. Right, like you gotta make them play panic. Like they're trying to push an objective, and they're just so good at doing it. Dashy in the respawns, just terrific. 16 and 5 now, make it 6 in a row now, as he is looking for streaks. Just been brilliant. And a hold here defensively will be another 3-0 for OpTic on the day. You've got, look at the duo there. Scump on 6 in a row, or sorry, 5 in a row. Dashy on 6 in a row, just going huge.
Finally, some gunfight wins show the way of London. There's not too many of them. Afro has been the one guy. Getting aggressive inside of church. Able to find another one. As his teammate wins Dashy with the pistol.
That's just rude.
It is just, this guy is just in such a rhythm. I think he's gonna find another one. Dashy's looking for him. Hello, the pistol. Oh, just gets caught.
Kind of caught between a YY and a slide there. Just a bit awkward, but the fact is the damage has been done. You're still holding on to a narrow life advantage. You have the streaks to work with. And they still have to finish A, which I thought was done. Now it is. Okay.
And now there's a pinch coming in. I mean, again, now they're just going to suffocate them. Now the spawn trap is in.
And what's scary is, like, you were pretty close in lives, like, until that moment. Like, you get the point, then they get, what, 3 or 4 straight, and you start to open it up. Granted, you start to bring it back a bit if you're Ravens,
they waste a lot of time, right?
Sure, yeah.
30 seconds off of that clock, just having to get to P5. I mean, they couldn't get out of this position right now where Shotzzy is earlier in round number 1. We'll see if they're able to do it this time. You have a 3-stack here from OpTic. 1 player and Harry working all the way around. Afro's gonna check the corner. Afro is the one man keeping London in this game. 21 and 20, that's gonna be 3 dead. The last player is Prolute.
And Harry is tucked away all the way deep. That's going to be the streak coming in from Dashy.
Oh no, he doesn't find, okay, he does find one.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think he was going to hit either, but he's able to at least get one kill. Harry has still been lurking kind of behind enemy lines, but the read is there. Scump is ready and waiting, and there will be the kill and the basic reset. That'll be the final one. So Afro will be cleared out now with 60 seconds to go. 15 to 12 in the live count. Advantage OpTic. You've only got another push or two. That's it.
Well, this is going to start the push. That's going to be 2 dead. Shotzzy off his spawn. And well, he's just getting caught right now by Nasty. Dashy. Of course, he's going to slow it down, but Zero with some nice auto shots.
But Dashy, even better through the window. 2 players from OpTic coming off spawn.
On the flank. This is what he does, just buying time if you are OpTic. Wait for Shotzzy to go. It's going to be good timing or bad timing for the man. And well, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be even better. Works through P5. They wait for him. He finds the kill. Dashy's like, hello, Zero. That's a freebie, and now look at the map control for OpTic. This is looking like a 3-0.
15 seconds remaining, 4 lives left for Royal Ravens. OpTic looking for another 3-0. They're all pushed out mid-map. They're doing victory laps right now, but it's 4 in a row for Shotzzy, and they have been brilliant today. 6 straight maps, another 3-0. OpTic move on.
They are not done yet. A lot of work to do. But we saw LA Guerrillas do it last major, 1 round at a time, and they're looking very comfortable with back-to-back 3-0s.
I mean, the tests are just going to get tougher as you move on throughout the course of this tournament, but you make it into the weekend. It's a rough start, but you've been brilliant from there, Dashy, man. So good in the respawn. Scump's search has been unbelievable. I mean, you've had some close maps. I mean, London, you probably should have taken the map too.
Even map 1, I mean, they played it well. I just outslayed at these key moments where OpTic just held the map. I mean, they did play Gabutu well. They really did. Outslayed by like 20 kills and still only lost by 50. But yeah, the map 2, it's the one that hurts. You at least get to that 4th map, another hard point. You can see it there. Besides Afro, who's 23 and 25, still negative. Everyone else around double, if not worse. And on the other side, everybody contributing, but it's Dashy who 3,100 damage, 2.6 in this control. Yeah, I mean, you take the searches out of the equation, and this guy's stats are ridiculous.
Today he had, I mean, they only played 6 maps. He was 0-5 in map 2 in the first series. He was 3-10 in this one.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, he's been like double positive basically in every map. I mean, it's been whatever. It's working. They're getting the wins, but OpTic, you see it, his fans emotional. Dashy's mom, that's an amazing shot. She is pumped up, fired up for her boy. Going out, lighting up the map 3. I can't look at Dessa, make me cry.
You're an emotional
I get emotional. I am. Yeah,
I know.
It's the mother and son love. It's too much for me.
We're good. We're good.
I'm all right. I've regained.
Well, there is the match recap. Yeah, close Gabutu, both guys 6-5. 5 rounds in a row, down 5-1. London couldn't close it out, and then Tuscan Control. It's been their home all year, now 13-3 on the year.
Oh, what a day it has been.
To get my man a tissue.
Yeah, right? 5 matches. And we had, yeah, I know there were some 3-0s, but there were some thrilling moments throughout the course of the day, and it just ramps up as intensity as we go forward. But like, from what you've seen from OpTic today, they got a chance to get this thing done.
I mean, of course. I mean, everybody's been talking about that. It's just, it's going to take a lot more. I think the 2 teams that they've beaten in the losers bracket, teams they should have beaten in my mind. But yeah. It is 3-0s. Yeah, they look good.
Well, that'll do it for Joe and I on stage. We've got the respawn Røkkr. It's Dashy.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, I'm live on the stage with a very enthusiastic green wall. All very happy to see Dashy here. First of all, it's been a great day for you hitting the hot 3-0s. OpTic, you seem like all business today.
Yeah, I mean, obviously yesterday we didn't have the best performance, so today we wanted to rebound and have a good bounce back.
Okay, it's interesting. You guys kind of hit a bit of a stride now. Is there any kind of different way to approach a tournament when you're in this position, though? Because obviously coming into it, very highly ranked, straight into loser bracket. Is that kind of like a mental reset for the team? Do you have a long meeting at night and say, all right, this is what we're going to do differently?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to give credit to Ford. I mean, they played some really good COD yesterday, and they caught us on our off day, I guess you could say. But I mean, it's just like, that's why it's a double elimination bracket. If you lose, you can bounce back, and we're doing that, so it's cool.
Okay, awesome. I like that. I like that. And let's talk about the fact we're at the major here, and let's face it, incredibly enthusiastic crowd right now. How does that lift the team's spirits when they need it most?
What was that? What was the first part?
How is it kind of playing in front of a crowd like this?
Oh, I mean, the green wall and like, they're insane. It's free dopamine. I appreciate all of them, really. Seriously, I love the green wall. Yo, even the Canadian green wall, it's different too.
Yeah, that's a very loud bunch, but it's not the only difference this event, Dashy, and I got to ask you about this because your parents are here, your family is here, you're playing against them. Does that give you a little bit of extra energy on the stage?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's always great to have support. I mean, my mom usually comes to a decent amount of tournaments, so I love her too. My dad's there too, and my brother, so shout out. Even my uncles, cousins. Oh, wow. Everyone's here. Everyone's here.
Well, I'll tell you something, that's a very proud parent. So proud, in fact, that I think we can actually get your mother on the stage and celebrate with you as we go back to the desk. Well, it's an incredible family reunion here on the main stage. OpTic have done the business again. Belly, back to you.
My heart. Ali, did you just see that, okay? Dashy playing above his even average of a KD of a 1.21, ending the series with a 1.47, and topping it all off with love from his family. I mean, that's a beautiful... Ali, are you crying?
I'm not crying.
Are you crying?
I'm not crying.
Her allergies acting up, y'all. Ali, OpTic Texas moves on and they stay alive to fight another day.
It was incredible, and you know, the only reason I get so emotional is because you think about the gaming scene, you know, sometimes it's harder for parents to accept, you know, that this is a passion for us and this is a career for us. So to see parents like Mama Dashy who show up to the events to, you know, support their sons, support their daughters in the crowd that want to enjoy, maybe do this someday, it's just, it makes me emotional.
It's the absolute best.
Absolutely, man. And Dashy's just been so spectacular throughout this year. He's really making his family proud, and it's nice they can all come out here and support him. And they had a wonderful day today, 6-0 map count, facing adversity, losing in the first round, trying to make this losers back a run. And, you know, in this series, it was no different. These guys look spectacular.
All right, now let's talk about the recap for the games that we've had today. We kicked off the day with something special. The London Royal Ravens faced off against the New York Subliners, and both of these teams are unfortunately home, but New York went home first. Chance, Steady got to the death and he was frustrated. What we've seen with the New York Subliners since the Pram Classic didn't show up.
I mean, yeah, the most success they've had is at the tournament that mattered the least, right, towards the end of the year. Kind of tragic as well, because that is a bevy of, like, top 12 placings, can't win series, down bad in CDL points. And, I mean, these guys have left themselves in a situation where they've had 4 different rosters at this point, and now they have one stage where they're going to have to work themselves out of a massive hole. So they'll be a fun team to watch going forward. Like, obviously with this roster, they've shown they have skill, but I don't know, man, that is just a deficit and a half.
They have to, like, win the next event.
Like, top 4 at minimum, like 40, 50 points like they're out the qualifiers. Yes, it is not going to be fun.
They need a Minnesota Røkkr tight red heading into champs,
and
right?
especially for the fact that, like, I mean, Clayster obviously not a part of the roster anymore, but even Crim, they've been at every single chance for like a decade straight, and this could be it.
That just sunk in today, like Crim might not be at champs this year.
That's unthinkable.
Right, and the one team that won 2 games today, OpTic Texas, wiped the floor with Los Angeles Alley. LA went home with their tails in between their legs.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be honest, this was a clinic. I mean, we really can't say a whole lot out of this. I mean, that search and destroy is what really solidified it for me. I mean, we end on time on the Bouquet hard point, are heading to the Berlin SD, and I mean, Scump gets a 1v3 right off the opening gates. So, like, that is your instant first round. Like, you're mentally checked after that if you're LAG, and it's off the backs of just nobody could get anything going, right? It felt like nobody on this squad could really find their footing in this series, and they ended up falling right away.
Right, and then after that, we saw the hometown team, Toronto Ultra, face off against Paris Legion.
Yeah, they better win that. Like, let's not map. Did they lose the Bocage hardpoint? I
was a little scared for them.
All right, hold up. But yeah, they take care of business. It's the easiest matchup they possibly could have had, and they're very happy for the bounce back.
I mean, it was a perfect game for them to have to bounce back. Fans and Kleenex had good series. Kleenex in particular really stepped up in this one. The control looked better, game mode that they've been struggling in. And, you know,
Paris isn't the best team we have. Obviously, they're at the bottom of the standings, but sometimes they play up to their competition. And when they came out on that map, when I could tell their guns were hot. And John and Jimbo actually individually didn't have too terrible of series. So Ultra, you know, getting those first match jitters out of the way, losing that match, coming into this one to win, I think it's still an impressive W. So we'll see if the Toronto Ultra that we saw throughout the qualifying stage can translate to success tomorrow.
And on the flip side, I mean, it's just painful in the likes of Paris Legion, right? I feel like we saw so much out of Tom Gravity during this series. He felt like a completely new player. In the stage 3 overall during qualifiers, he felt like a new player. He was the one that stepped it up to try to help out Temp, but unfortunately, it was John and Jimbo that just couldn't get anything going, and Gravity and Temp were just not enough in this series.
Now, this next matchup, Minnesota Røkkr versus Boston Breach. I'm gonna say it outright. Boston felt empty this entire series.
I mean, besides the first map, like they had a massive opportunity there. It just came down to some crucial gunfights. Like at the very end of the game, Minnesota clutched up. Man, it's that gunfight that Standy won is just so massive on rotation, and that's just heart-wrenching. If Capsidal starts off hotter, like they win that map, like, it's a totally different story.
I just think like it's almost like a rookie thing in my mind of like there's a certain level of like veteran understanding of the game, and early on when like not every other team is to that level, that is where they have success. But I just think the rest of the league is caught up to these guys, and outside of like superstar performances, whether it is a godlike stage from Methodz, a record-setting performance out of either Nero and Capsidal, this team, I just think they're going to be stuck on the struggle bus.
Well, hopefully they pick it up for the next major. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket to see how things have unfolded. Today was special, okay? Elimination Day, the first one of this event so far, and it did not disappoint at all. Looking forward, take a look at the bottom side of the bracket now. OpTic Texas waiting alone in the elimination round 3, waiting for their opponent. We're gonna have the Battle of the North between the Minnesota Røkkr and Toronto Ultra. In the winner side of the bracket, nameless, man. Mutineers versus Surge is what I'm really looking forward to.
Got some weird matchups, man. We got Mutineers versus Surge, and then LA Thieves versus FaZe. Still don't know what to really expect on the LA Thieves. They come out and they win 2 S&Ds. I do not have faith in that team to continue search and destroy success. So that's going to be an interesting one as well.
Remember the last time they faced off on land? It was insane. LA Thieves got reverse swept in. They just weren't the same. But this is tomorrow's schedule. Allie, which one of these matchups do you love the most?
You gotta say all of them. I mean, we're heading into day 3. I'm already sad that day 2 is over. And I mean, we got 2 teams in red going against each other, 2 teams in blue going against each other, 2 teams in purple going against each other. So it works out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for day 2. It's been a great one so far. OpTic got the ball rolling with 2 wins today. And let's see if this Cinderella run at the end can actually, you know, pay off. But tomorrow we're gonna continue on with day 3, more elimination games, and we're also gonna see the winner side of the bracket. It's going to be phenomenal, okay? A lot of teams went home today, but the hungry are the ones that are surviving, right? Let's find out how far the Atlanta FaZe are going to go on the top side of the bracket. And also, on the bottom side, we're taking a look at Toronto Ultra facing off against Minnesota Røkkr, the best team that we saw throughout all of the Stage 3 qualifiers. This has been phenomenal. I want to tell you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Hope you all have a great night, but don't forget to tune in at the same place at the same time, 1:30 Eastern Time PM, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow for more CDL action. Love you guys.